Hello.
Hey, talking on toilets again.
We're here.
Number 7. 7. Can't believe we got through 7.
Yeah.
And as we were thinking, like I said, you've dealt with people before, right?
Yes, I have every day.
Mm-hmm. They're the worst. And necessary.
Yeah. Well, they could do some great shit, but
Yeah, some.
they could largely be arses.
Right. That's because of the gene pool, probably, right? Don't have enough smart ones.
They need to weed them out.
Yeah. Yeah, what happened to that whole, what is that, what do they call that?
Eugenics.
That's one of them. No, it's Darwinism, right? Survival of the fittest.
Yeah, but that takes millions of years for things to change, right?
I get we're not there yet.
No, I don't think so.
Shit.
You talking about the Darwin Awards?
Yeah.
Where people do stupid crap?
Yeah,
And,
Darwinism, right?
yeah.
I mean, there's got to be a way we move it along.
You know what the problem is? We breed too much. Like, it takes too
Yeah.
long for somebody to really mess up to the point where they are removed from the planet.
Yeah,
And in the meantime, that person could have like 7 kids.
that's
so now
true.
there's 7 maroons walking the earth.
Right. I mean, and you would hope that out of 7 you'd get one right, but
Get one decent one?
yeah.
Yeah, you would hope.
Yeah.
One has to break away from the pack, right?
Now is that because it's free? You know, the first part.
To
Having kids,
make
is,
kids.
making them is free. Keeping
Yeah.
them alive is a whole other issue. But
Yeah,
making them is free.
sure.
Is that the thing? You know, listen, I don't want to really spend money on an amusement park. Let's go make another one. I mean, I'm sure there's some people that say I got to have kids, as many as possible. Those people are crazy.
Yeah.
But
Well, would you rather go on a Ferris wheel or tap ass all night?
if the consequences for having a baby, I'm going on a Ferris wheel all night long.
Well, you know, because you're a dad.
Right.
Right. Yeah, but if you were 21,
Right.
you'd be like, I'm going for the gusto.
I still got to think that there are way more reasons to be on that Ferris wheel. I mean, maybe you could tap ass on the Ferris wheel.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, 2 birds, 1 stone.
Unless it's one of those that rocks back and forth.
Right. Maybe it's a fast one.
You ever go on one of those and somebody wants to rock it?
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. Well, you're not a heights fella either, so
I'm not a rocking person either.
any motion like a boat would bother you too.
Well, if we're talking about rides, there was that Buccaneer thing.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the big boat.
Oof.
Not good.
Vomit all over everybody.
Especially when you get to the top and it's like vertical.
Yep.
Not good, huh?
Yeah. I was on it once. I sat all the way in the back. So when it peaked at the top,
Yeah, you were
on
the
the
highest.
backswing,
Yeah.
puked on everybody below me. Just got the whole boat.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Painted.
Ooh. That must have been uncomfortable being 40.
Being 40?
How old were you?
I had 20 something.
Yeah, I was thinking like 8.
No.
9.
No. No, I was an adult.
So you threw down across, and what did the whole entire boat do? Did they make you walk the plank when you got
Yuck.
off? Yeah. Did anybody else throw up?
I don't think so.
Because that's that's
Well, I'm sure it didn't hit everybody on the boat, but it definitely hit some people on the
that
boat.
would be amazing.
Yeah.
To see a whole boat look like they were in what's her name from was it Carrie? The blood dripping down her.
Yeah. I remember as a kid in the because Ford's used to have a carnival. They had that
Mhm.
spider ride.
Oh yeah.
I puked on that.
Wow.
Yeah.
You didn't learn your lesson.
No.
I
Who
better-
learns lessons?
not us. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, look, we're doing this now.
Better late than never.
That's right. You miss every shot you don't take, right? But the thing about people was because I was listening to the radio and there was the hemming and hawing of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as they do every year because country artists, rap people, 2 rock people, and they lose their shit over something they can't control. Well, I guess technically Eddie Trunk can control, right? He has a vote.
Does he have a vote?
I think he has a vote, but you only can vote. I don't think he can vote for everybody. Obviously, I think he can only vote for so many people. Like if there's 10 people.
Do you
on
think
the
they
ballot,
network and try to convince people to vote for other things?
like different things? Like, hey, you should really vote for Willie
Yeah,
Nelson, even
like-
though you
like
really
they're-
want Remain to be there.
Like they're in the Senate?
I bet.
They're
Well,
like, hey, Ways and Means needs some cash. How about
maybe
you vote?
lobbying.
How about you? Yeah, you vote for that highway or whatever.
Hey,
I'll make it worth your while.
looks like you guys could use a new microphone over at the studio. I can get you a new microphone. It's going to need you to take that Iron Maiden and erase it and maybe put a little Willie Nelson.
What's his name? The guitar player from Rage Against the Machine. He's also
Right.
on the panel. Is it?
And he's on the ballot, so can he vote for himself?
Sure.
You'd
Why not?
be stupid not to, right? Why waste a vote?
Unless you were a true fan of music and
Right. And you know
somebody
better.
you adored
Right.
that you felt was really influential was on the ballot and they haven't gotten in decades, and you were like, yeah, I'll sit this one out.
Or if you knew better.
Yeah,
Do
I
really
could
need
get
to be
myself
on
in
it?
next year.
Yeah. Do I really? Can I live with myself if I really am deciding to vote to put my band Rage Against the Machine?
Yeah.
Like he'd have to live with that guilt, or not. But isn't that totally against Rage Against the Machine? Isn't the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame going to be part of the machine, right?
Yeah, should be.
It's not anti-establishment.
Yeah.
Well, they're anti-corporate rock. That's their big stance. They.
I'm thinking about the what was the album they had, the yellow one, with the kid on the cover?
I don't. Is it
Yeah.
that one?
What?
I don't know anything except for 3 hits.
Yeah. All right. I was just gonna say I look like him if I had a cape on. That's me.
You're the kid on the record cover?
Yeah, I'm gonna pull it up so you can see it.
Okay.
Go
Yeah,
ahead.
I mean,
Continue with your rage.
Not my rage. No, I just laugh at the unnecessary rage. Meaning, what's the point of getting mad at something that you really can't stop? I mean, can you? Can you really stop being you're really going to make change? Is the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame going to learn the error of its ways? No, because it's got to. It's like one of your kids.
Because I got that red shirt. All I need is that. Oh, look at that cape.
Timmy Empire. Now, what was on that record? I don't even know.
Evil Empire. That was the. I don't know.
I just know that guy yelled a lot, and he really. I think if the singer was in a fight, he probably wouldn't do well.
No.
But
The
he
guy weighed like 4 pounds.
right, but he yelled a lot. He was angry,
No.
The bass player, I think he could knock a few people out. He looked like a big dude. But the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is still about making money, right? They're still about.
Well, they
So-
got to support themselves, right?
Right, so
Is it contributions? How does it? Who?
Well, it's non-profit, right? So you pay, like any museum, you pay to get in, right?
Right.
So somewhere in there, okay, I know one of those.
There you go. Bulls on Parade.
That's the one I know. Never heard another thing on there. Doesn't interest me. But it's like they have to have asses in the seats, right? So that big thing they put on, it's got to be a good show, right? If they want people on HBO to watch it. And let's say they stay true to form. There's only rock and roll, so they eliminate everything popular besides rock music. I mean, number one, it's going to be a small place, right?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And especially if they're excluding...
I think they just bring in other things to bring in a wider audience because they
course.
need the cash.
Right. Even though they're nonprofit, they still need to keep the lights on.
Yeah, well, that show that they do every year can't be cheap to do.
It's got to be a big production, right?
Yeah.
I think Sheryl Crow was on the list. There's a lot of people that are probably...
Would they do it at the Forum?
I don't know. They did it in Brooklyn one year. I know that.
Okay.
They did it at the arena in Brooklyn.
Right.
The Nets Arena, whatever that's called.
Yeah.
But, I mean... I don't get it. You know what I mean? I don't get the argument. Like, I get the place. Sure, we need museums, right? We need whatever. But I don't get the outrage after this long. You know what I mean? Like, why not start your own heavy metal academy or whatever you want to call it, and then exclude rap and disco and songwriters? You know what I mean? Put up your cash and do it.
Eddie Trunk's True Hall of Fame.
Right.
True Rock Hall of
Right.
Fame. Oof.
What was the name?
Those words. Again, English.
That Metal Museum?
Being
or
very
something?
difficult for me.
Yeah, well.
That metal museum?
Yeah.
All right, that's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
You walk through a big Eddie trunk and then all that stuff. Like little brain waves. It's just Eddie's brain. I mean,
Scary.
yeah, but I mean, he spent
It would just be UFO. Would be the only band in there.
or what's the other one? Or Kiss, right? He likes Kiss. He's a
Right.
Kiss fan. But it's just funny.
Wasn't there some random band like Riot or somebody like he always used to
Probably.
talk about?
He likes he likes music. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and don't get me wrong, that's awesome. We need that, right? They need someone to run the charge because I don't hear a lot of other people doing that. I don't hear anyone else being as vocal. Like he was losing it a couple weeks ago because a band said they can't do a show because they didn't have the tracks with them. They didn't have their laptops, so they couldn't do a show.
Yeah. See, I get his outrage.
Oh
at
yeah,
that.
no, I do.
You should be able to plug in and play.
Right.
Yeah.
But in the essence of 700 million,
Were they an actual band?
Yeah, they're like some kind of popular heavy band. I don't remember the name.
Did they have like
A lot of tattoos.
surprise?
Uh-huh.
Like backing tracks like
No idea. Like if
that
it's
added to the
right.
song,
or was it like vocals, or I
Right.
don't know. But he lost his shit, you know, because that he's as adamant it's live, right? And I get that. But then it became a big fight, and it's like there's 700 million bands, and it's one guy and one guy from another band fighting the whole time. There's nobody else. A couple people jumped in here and there, but most musicians are like, listen, this guy's making a living, whatever. That's his thing, right? They need tracks. They need tracks. I saw a band. It was hilarious. This is a band. I guess you'd call them mid-level, right? They're not arena band. They're club, like a large club band. Picture like a Starland band. You know what I mean?
okay?
Friend of ours was also playing on the gig, so me and my buddy Bill went out to support him. It was up in North Jersey, right? And we're watching his band. His band was like a 4-piece heavy metal band, you know, loud, obnoxious, whatever. That's fine. Then the headliner comes on, and they got stuff everywhere, right? We're talking about cabinets, everything. This is a big, for a little place, a lot of gear, right? You come out, and they start doing their songs, and then something happens where the power blows, and all you hear are drums. And then they
Nice.
it kind of rebooted, and it was a disaster. Because it turned out that while they were playing their instruments, let's say the guitar player was playing guitar, bass player, everybody's playing their instruments.
Right.
All the effects, like say the guitar player was using a wah pedal, was automated.
Really?
Distortion come on, distortion come off, sound come on, vocal come on, all automated.
Okay.
And it was
So automated effects, but he was actually playing it.
He was playing it, but he wasn't stepping on the wah pedal to make it with the guitar. Like
He just pretended like he put his foot on something.
I don't know what he did. Yeah, because we were just like, it was like weird. After it blew, they couldn't get back on. They had to shut their show down because they couldn't reboot everything and sync it back up. It was weird.
Yeah.
Like, you have an essence of a song. Can't you just strip out some of it? You still had the song, right? Whether it was good or not, I don't know. It wasn't my kind of music. It was kind of like new.
Yeah, but if you don't know how to do it in real time, the changing of the sounds on your pedals and all that stuff,
right,
then you're screwed.
Yeah,
right?
but just play the song then.
Without all the effects,
It's like your basement band. Make it cool.
can't do it.
It was weird though. I've never seen that happen live. Like I give kudos to
Do I know what the band is? Have I heard of them?
I don't know because I don't even remember their name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's a drop in the ocean.
Gotcha.
Some, like probably like a newer metal band. You know, that kind of newer
Okay.
stuff. Real staccato, real tight, not a lot of air.
Okay.
But I mean, because like on the polar opposite of that, I get Eddie Van Halen's kid is Eddie Van Halen's kid, Wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Me and my cousin went and saw him at Starland. He did the show as a
Mammoth.
Yeah, Mammoth.
Mm-hmm.
Did the show as a 3-piece because the guitar player was because they had to reschedule all the COVID stuff. guitar player played with somebody else, so he had to leave for that tour, leaving him without him. So Wolfie said,
Him without him.
yeah, he left.
It's a tragic story.
Yes. It's like, isn't that Shakespeare?
Yeah.
A lot of, well, because you can put in your own people if you don't really like, say you don't like Wolfgang Van Halen and the other guy. Just put in your own names. There's Brad and Mike. I don't know. Whatever. I keep it generic so you can change the story for your own thing.
Okay.
Just saying. So he got up on stage. He's like, look, we're going to do the best we can. We can't cancel the show again. We've canceled it twice for COVID. My guitar player is on tour. We're going to do it as a 3-piece. And they did it.
On with the show.
Right.
Show must go on.
And maybe
sort
it,
of thing. Right.
maybe it wasn't perfect. I don't know. But he did it. And that spirit is funny that it's lost. And that's where Eddie Trunk was, oh, my God, these guys use laptops. And then a couple people jumped in, like I said, the fray. Most people kept out of it because most working musicians are like, listen, it's hard enough to make a living out here. If these guys have to do that to make a living,
right?
That's what they do.
Yeah.
Guess more than one way to skin a cat. But just the up and arm, it's amazing to see that there's one guy out there fighting for all these things.
Well, there's more than that. He just has a platform.
I guess there's more than that. I don't know. You think if there was enough though in the voting, people who vote. I don't know if people like regular people vote. I don't know if civilians vote or if it's an industry thing.
I don't think so. I don't think it's like a Nielsen.
Right. Or whatever.
Right.
There's not the People's Choice part of it or something.
Right.
But it's like, if it was such an importance and such a movement, why aren't there other people? Like, why aren't the votes shifting? You know what I mean? Like, if all these people are adamant that these kind of acts shouldn't be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, why aren't all those people not voting for them? And voting for the purest form.
But you're saying all these people who are...
The voting people. The voting...
Yeah, I know what you're talking
saying.
about, but you only said that Eddie Trunk was the only one who said anything, so he's not all the voting.
That's what I'm saying.
He's just one guy.
So why... Like, if he has a problem with it, right? I don't know how many people vote. Say there's 1,500 people that vote on these acts.
He needs a little payola.
Like
Switch
the old
some
days.
votes.
Like the old days.
Yeah.
Little cocaine in the record.
Hey, how about you vote for no laptops?
Yeah. How about you vote for Missy Elliott, even though you're an adamant metal fella? Or it could be the other way. They just walk into his office and go, who are you voting for? No, you're not.
Yeah, there you go.
You're going to fix those. But that's what I'm saying. So let's say
Iron Maiden or Missy Elliott? Where are we going with this?
Right.
Where are we going?
Right. Or you can talk to that guy in the back there.
Yeah.
You can talk to Vinny in the back there. He'll put your votes in for you. But I'm saying...
You should stay home that day.
Yeah, you look sick.
You're coming down with something.
Right. And it looks like it could get worse if you show up.
Going out into the fresh air won't be so good for you.
Right. You better stay home. There's a lot of bad stuff happening.
It's a special condition.
But I mean, if there's 1,500 people, why is only one? That makes 1,499 people voting for the other stuff. Why isn't there a bigger movement where there's like 900 of the voting committee saying, no, we're not going to vote for these things? You know what I mean?
Which things?
Rap, country.
But maybe there's not.
That's what I mean. So this guy's spitting into the wind every year.
I don't think it's that many. I think it's probably like a dozen folks.
That vote?
Yeah.
Think so?
I'm going to find out. How about that? I'm going to internet it. That's what I'm going to
use that interweb for something better than pornography for a change.
Rock and roll. Shit, I can't type.
That's the weirdest way to spell rock and roll ever. Who's the Mr. Hall of Fame? Wasn't that a movie with Bernie Mac? Oh, it's terrible. All right, so here, look, how to cast your ballot. So I guess you do get to vote as a civilian.
Maybe you get to vote for like say the top 20, and then they.
Well, according to I'm learning way too much about this, which is something
This is a video, right?
I'm adamantly against is learning stuff that I don't really care about. It's only there's only 14 acts voted on.
Okay.
But now I think you're only allowed to vote on so many of those acts. Like if you have 14 people
So
there.
here's the
Here's
list.
the list.
Right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Kate Bush, Sheryl Crow, Missy Elliott, Iron Maiden, Joy Division, Cyndi Lauper, George Michael, Willie Nelson, Rage Against the Machine, Soundgarden, Spinners, Tribe Called Quest, White Stripes, Warren Zevon.
Right. Now, does that scream rock and roll? Warren Zevon, sure. I don't even like Werewolf in London, but I get it. But there you go. There wasn't a lot of rock and roll on that list, was there? As fast as you read it?
Yeah, I don't care.
No.
I'm not, I get his point, but they need to diversify for whatever reason, ideology, or they need
Cash.
more visitors, or whatever it is, and
Right.
that's it. That's just the way it goes.
But yeah. But
They should just call it the Music Hall of Fame.
probably be
Just
better,
change the
right?
name of the place, and then you squash all that shit. Right?
Sure. I agree.
You watching a video?
I'm kind of like over here going, huh? I mean, Kate Bush and,
Here, let me show you something.
okay.
How about that?
There you go. Perfect. Like a little kid. Ooh, that stuff was moving on the screen. That was so weird.
I get the same way. If I'm at a bar and there's a TV going, I could be talking to you, but I'm like,
All of a sudden your eyes start
yeah,
lingering.
doesn't even register what's on there. I just see movement, and I have to roll with it.
Exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
Like an animal, like a cat or something.
Like an animal.
Like a mongrel. Yeah, but like so now you got, like I said, you got Tom Morello. He's going to vote for himself. He's going to have to live with that vote. For that,
Why wouldn't he?
because you've heard his band, right? You're going to have to live with that for
No,
for a
well,
long
I
time.
mean, he wrote this stuff, so he must think it's great. So why wouldn't he vote for himself?
I guess
You just hate it.
he played with an Allen wrench.
Yeah.
It was in the museum.
Yeah, how come Anvil's not in there? They play with a dildo, right?
That's right. That's showmanship.
Right.
I guess. I mean, if you
Didn't
want,
Eddie play with a drill? Eddie Van Halen play with a drill?
Mhm.
Pound cake?
Yeah. So it's not the rock and roll stuff Hall of Fame, is it?
Yeah, there you go. They're like the carrot tops of rock and roll. Who's bothering you?
Everybody bothers me all the goddamn time.
Clients?
No. But yeah, no. But that was just the point of that. Is just that people are arguing about it. People argue about everything with music that they can't do anything about. I know we talked about it, and we'll talk about it now. Like
I think it's weird to argue about stuff you can't do anything about,
sure.
no matter what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just need to let it go. You can't do shit about it.
Right.
You cast your vote, and whatever happens, happens.
Sure. But like I was saying, when you talk about like musicians and they say they're the greatest, why? How can he be the greatest of everybody? He's not. I told you, the Neil Peart thing. He's the greatest guy in Rush, I'll give him that. He ain't the greatest drummer in the world.
Is he the greatest guy in Rush, though?
Greatest drummer, I'll give him
Okay.
that. I'll give him that.
All right.
I think there's only two, right? There was a guy on the first record, and
Right.
then him. So
Yeah.
I'll give him the greatest in Rush.
Okay.
But like I said, put him behind the kit. With
Do you
the
feel
meters,
bad for guys like that? Like the first guy?
who dumped out and then lost a career?
Yeah, I don't think he dumped out. I think
No, he did.
Yeah,
I
I
actually
don't think
saw
he
that.
could handle it. Right? He couldn't
Yeah.
handle the
The pressure.
yeah,
whatever.
like they were starting to get popular. They started getting airplay with Working Man.
Right.
And he couldn't deal with it.
Like that Pete Best situation, right? The guy who quit the Beatles or whatever, got kicked out of the Beatles.
Well, that's a little different, right?
Ringo slid in there, and that was over.
Hmm.
I mean, who else though? Who else did the first
I
they
feel
did-
bad for those people, though.
Do you
A little bit.
think they look at it and regret every day?
Dude,
You wake up and you're
you were
like,
in the Beatles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the time, you didn't know
Yeah.
you were in the Beatles.
I think you would. I think you would probably walk into traffic.
But at the time, you didn't know you were in the Beatles. At the time, you didn't know you were in Mega Rush. You know what I mean? Like,
True.
it was part of your life, and it was taking up a part of your life that you didn't think was worthwhile. And now, is that foresight? Is that just because you're a dummy, or is that because you just
Well, I think
don't feel it?
I think it's weird that so the guy obviously was in the band for a while, and one of the tunes that they wrote and recorded with him on it was getting some traction, and then it kind of melted down. I feel bad for him.
Right. That's a psychological thing that you can't do much about, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Think they ever slid him a little something?
do you feel like he should just stuck it out until he needed to take Xanax or something?
Until it broke him?
Yeah. I mean, well, that's what you spent your life saying you wanted to do, and then you got it, and then...
It wasn't what you wanted, right?
Is it that, though? Or is it like imposter syndrome? Like you feel like you're not worthy of it?
No, you know what I think it was? I think it was...
Because I just say, just drink more.
Right, just a way to numb it down.
Yeah.
Like, is it the part that scared him was the amount of work to get to the next level that gave him the problem? Like, we're here and we're doing good. To get to the next level, we got to do more. You know what I mean? Because I'm sure once you do more and once you break into that successful realm, right, everything opens up, right? So maybe the pressure's off. You don't have to carry your own gear. You don't have to set up your own gear. You're in a private plane. You're in your own bus. You're not in a van. You know what I mean? So those traveling pressures go away. You still have the pressure of being in a successful band and having to produce and write and be comfortable with people and all that other stuff. But you have to go through the mire there, right? The muck for that couple years. And that's probably where, I guess you look back and go, oh, man, maybe I should have worked a little harder. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It was his loss. Do you think Neil Peart ever called him and said, thanks? Thanks, pal.
That would be great. Send him a Christmas card every year.
Right. Or just a little...
Behind his big drum set.
Yeah, maybe a little envelope.
Yeah.
Here's your 11 cents for your hit. Wow. I know you were a hippie.
I'm not.
Oh, right there. That's ASMR.
Are you getting off?
No, yeah, I'm getting there. Yeah.
Is the table going to rise?
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
I don't understand it. You just learned about it today. But there are people who think that it is helpful. I don't know why.
Well, they kind of get off on different sounds, right? Like weird sounds, like crunching paper and stuff like that.
Right. They get...
Can you do that again? It kind of reminded me of a milkmaid. I was enjoying it. Churn it, baby.
A half hour, I'll have some butter for you.
It'll only take me about half a minute.
Finish that butter. Baste you with that butter. But yeah, I don't understand. It's enraging. People eating, scraping, it's enraging when it's isolated.
Eating sounds are the worst. You ever talk to somebody on the phone who loves to eat in your ear?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
like we all have mute buttons on our phones.
Yeah.
Like you take a bite, hit the mute. Let me know. So say I'm going to put myself on mute. I'm going to take a bite or something. So I don't expect you to answer.
Right.
Yeah, but don't.
Oh. Or if somebody right there. Give me a hammer. Or like I
don't want to spit it on your shoulder.
There'd be a whole other sort of problems. But yeah, no, like I don't understand, and it's not even isn't that common courtesy? It's not to talk with your mouth full or chew. I mean, just because you're on a phone, you don't think somebody can't hear it, see it. You can hear it.
Some people don't have it.
Have manners?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
When I used to work in Linden, there was a guy, he was deaf, and he would chew with his mouth open, talk with...
Well, he couldn't hear it.
Yeah, but the argument was the girl that was on TV, what's her name? Marley Matlin? I'm like, she's famous and she's an actress. I don't think she chews with her mouth open, pal.
How do you know?
I don't know. I'm guessing.
I've heard stories.
That she chews with her mouth open?
Oh, yeah.
Get me that video.
Yeah.
But he would chew, and it sounded awful because it was a monotone. He was deaf, so it was like...
Did he hum at the same time?
Uh-huh.
Those people are cool.
Yeah, but he was humming and chewing, though.
Yeah. Like the Flamingo Kid. Do you remember that movie with Matt Damon?
Yes. Yeah. See, that's MSR. People, AMS, whatever. People like that. That right now, this whole chunk could be just getting somebody's rocks off.
But it's not like they It's not a fetish for them. They get a physical response. It's a thing.
But, yeah, but can't that be a fetish?
I
too?
mean, it's not
Same
like
thing?
whatever you like. I don't know.
I don't like much.
I don't know.
World.
Chicks in leather riding pants or something, right?
Okay.
And boy shorts.
All right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not something like it may look good to you,
Right.
but it's not like a natural thing. Like I think they're just wired that it does
Normal?
something to their nervous system,
Yeah. Well,
not just get their dick hard.
then get that fixed.
I don't think you can fix that.
I mean, I guess you'd like the girl in the leather. Boy
Can you put a clamp
shorts,
like in the back of your
Yeah.
neck and
or the shock response every time you. I guess it's like, but if she's got the leather pants on and she's squeaking across the room, then the dude's like, yeah,
there you go, two birds.
yeah,
If it sounds like she's making balloon animals, we got a thing.
exactly. But that's what I mean. I don't understand I just don't understand it. I guess there'll be an argument about that too. Somebody would argue about you just don't understand it. No, I don't.
Yeah.
To me, it's just aggravating. It's infuriating.
Well, people have other. The weird thing is the phobias for me. When
Yeah.
people have strange phobias, like they can't. I don't know. Have the window of a car door open like an inch.
Right.
2 inches is fine, but 1 inch they start screaming or you know.
But is that a
It's just
phobia or is that a condition?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not really maybe making the best example.
Yeah, but like yeah, well,
It's
there's
just really odd stuff.
right. Well, there's that thing where people need to knock on a door a couple times, or they need to do even numbers for something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all human condition. That's all we're broken of some sort. We got to be, 'cause it's not normal.
Yeah.
I mean, do you think when there was Mayans around or cave people that
That they had some of that.
yeah, there was a cave guy who would only
I don't think they had time for shit like that.
exactly. So why do
Yeah.
we have time for shit like that?
So we built this crazy ass world.
I mean, or is it that de-evolution where we had a purpose? Yeah, we don't. We have so many things helping us that we don't have as much purpose.
Could be. You think our brains are just getting wacky because we're focusing on too many things?
Or that so much is taken out of our hands. You don't got to remember how to read a map. You don't got to remember phone numbers. You don't even got to.
Right.
Do
So
math in your head.
we used to be animals,
Right.
right? And we're still animals, but we're confusing ourselves by adding all this extraneous hoo-ha
Right. So it was keeping us
in daily life
regulated. Right. I mean, before.
of sorts.
Yeah. Well, I mean, before electricity, right? Your whole
Well, you had to
stay alive.
eat and drink and
Yeah,
sleep.
Your
right?
whole premise was to stay alive.
Yeah.
Right? Chop wood for the winter. I mean, we're talking about even when they were heading out west, right? You had to hunt enough food. You had to chop enough. You had to do
Sure.
so you didn't have time to knock 3 times before you open a front door. Our brain was doing. We were doing things. Then all of a sudden, somewhere in there, as automation came along, and like I said, calculators and digital watches, and you didn't have to use your brain anymore.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You didn't have to figure out a clock because there's numbers right there. Okay, I got the number.
Right.
I got it. So now your brain is like, well, we got to creep something. We got to do something with all this extra space. So let's make you weird.
Yeah.
Let's make you
Right.
let's make you argue for no reason. Let's make you think about stupid things. Let's make you do stupid things.
Right.
I don't know if they're stupid, but maybe.
Now you see a ping pong paddle and you start shivering.
Right.
Yeah. Something strange.
Or all of a sudden, you hear someone open up a bag of potato chips, and you're like, "Woo!" And they hear that sound, and then dedicated on YouTube are 14 million videos of people talking in the mic and scratching it. Oh, God damn it!
They probably have more subscribers.
Yeah. Why? Do you think they have more than 2?
We need a third person in the studio so we can get another.
Yeah.
We'll increase our subscriber base by 50%.
We need to just keep getting guests and say, you want to be on the show? Just subscribe. Hey, look, this thing is 7 episodes new.
Well, only one. Only one is played.
Right. That's what I mean. We have six more going. Like this thing is rolling now, so it's not going to stop. So if you don't like it, you better get used to it. But it's just there. It's just the human condition is so messed up. How do we fix it? How do they fix it? They're trying to fix it with drugs, right? Trying to fix it with not drugs.
Yeah, I think it's just a downward spiral.
Right.
We fucked up.
Right. So you think we're going to be out before the spiral gets
We grew too
faster?
big for our britches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
People, or the country, or the world, or
Humans.
we just grew too much. We have too much.
Yeah. Yeah. There's too much modern shit, and it fucked us up.
Right. It's too much to do at any given moment.
Right, because we're not animals, and we're not like this sentient being that we think we are.
Right.
We're somewhere in the middle,
Right.
right? We still act like assholes. We still fuck other people over.
We're in it for us. We're not in it for all of us. We're in it for me.
Right.
Right.
Right. So, yeah, adding all this extra stuff kind of took us away from our instincts,
Mm-hmm.
and now our brains don't know what to do, and we're confused.
We got to fix it
So we get off when somebody crinkles a bag of potato chips.
because because that part of the brain that's not doing anything. The little man on that part of your brain is just like.
This is for all you ASMR people out there.
I want to fucking shoot myself.
We just got 17,000 subscribers.
I hope you can get blood off the wall behind me. But yeah, so like that little part of the brain has got like we got to get back to that. Like you know what I mean? Like we got to get. There may be a point where this thing goes to please stand by, and you may hear a mercy killing.
Come back with a black eye.
Just come back with a white sheet covering me.
Fucking cup smashed in the corner and a black eye.
Hey, at least we'll go from YouTube to the first 48.
There you go.
That'll be fun.
World star hip hop.
Call the people. But yeah, I don't know. It's got to be fixed though, because I hope like whatever generation steps up and stops worried about all stupid shit and goes back to chopping wood and making sure they're ready, or whatever the equivalent of chopping wood is.
I think there's a lot more people that are going that route now.
Right, slowing their lives down, simplifying.
Yeah, I think COVID really pushed that.
Opened them up.
Yeah, just the whole threat of a supply chain breakdown and being self-sufficient and all that stuff. So,
Right.
I mean, you see a lot more videos of people gardening and hunting and, whatever.
Living in vans. I don't know.
Tiny houses.
Right. I don't know why you'd want to live in a van. That's small.
Because you can get up and go out down the road if you need to, whenever you want.
Right, but you got to be small people. Like I wouldn't be comfortable living in a van. I would take up the whole van.
Just stick your feet out the window.
I'd stretch out, and my feet would be in the driver's back of their head, and my hands would be on the wall. I mean, it's like, I mean, people do it, and I mean, I see them parking in the city. Like, how do they just kind of park in Manhattan and then get out of there before tickets come?
I don't know how it works.
I don't know.
I don't think anybody does. I don't think there's any policing anymore in New York City.
Oh man, that's frightening.
I know. I have to go there next week.
Ugh.
Should be great.
Well, I mean, it's like.
Let me ask you this:
Okay.
if you were me
Mm-hmm.
and you had to go into the city, be there for midnight,
Okay.
and leave at about 9 o'clock in the morning,
Okay.
and you were given a car ride one way,
Okay.
would you take the car in or would you take the car out?
You have the option.
Yes. The other way, you have to take New Jersey Transit to Penn Station and walk, or take the subway to
Right.
your destination.
Which isn't the best, the subway at midnight. Lately.
Don't know. I haven't been there in 3 years. So
Right.
couldn't
We
tell
only
you.
we only know what we see on TV, whatever we read. I would. Well, you have to get home, so you're gonna have to spend money on a car service to get from.
No, it's paid for.
No, I meant like the other side of it. So say you take the car in.
No, my plan was, whichever way I take the car, I park at the train station and have them pick me up at the train station.
Okay, they would
And
do
then
that.
they would drop me off again at the train station, and I would just drive my car home.
And you don't have to pay for parking.
Yeah, you have to
Oh, do
pay
you?
for parking. Sure.
Probably cheaper than Uber or whatever, Lyft.
Yeah, because I could get it pre-tax,
Yeah,
tax deductible.
there you go. That's probably the best because you don't have to worry
Yeah,
about.
but would you do the?
I'd take the car in at midnight because you're gonna be going against the flow of. Either way, you're not gonna have heavy traffic with commuters.
You're going against
Right,
the grain both ways.
Right.
Yeah.
At 9 o'clock, going the other way is probably better. A little more daylight, a little more relaxing. Well, because you have to take a subway to Penn Station, to the train, right? To Metro Park. Yeah, I would take the car service in. Maybe you can get about a half hour before you start your shift.
Okay.
Go sleep.
Whoa, got hiccups now. Get some coffee, chill out.
But yeah, you don't have to worry about driving until till that little spot.
But then on the way out, when you're exhausted,
Right.
then you got to do that whole trek through Penn Station and deal with all those people. Because now there's 9 o'clock in the morning. There's a lot of people in Penn Station.
That's true. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know if you want to deal with the subway at midnight, 2 in the morning.
I could walk.
What's it,
It's
40,
like 20 minutes. Probably
10 blocks?
16.
All right. And
By Rockefeller Center.
city's not dead at midnight.
Yeah. One avenue over and 16 blocks up.
Right. Till you tell somebody how long an avenue is versus a block.
An avenue is it's a good distance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it's from Avenue 8 to 9, that's a long walk. People don't realize that sometimes it's a long walk from avenue to avenue.
Yeah.
Block to block short, but avenue to avenue.
Right.
That's
Street to street is no big deal, but avenue to avenue is
Yeah.
it's like 4 streets.
Yeah. I mean, it'll suck. Walking, well, I guess you can have the option, right? If it's raining and you don't walk. But then you got to deal with subway. But it's only what? 5 stops, maybe? 10 stops? 5 stops?
Yeah.
So you get to see all the wonderful people that are left in the city.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to take the train in
Yeah.
at night.
Just get the ride home. Crash
Get
on
the
the way
ride
home.
home. Yeah. So if I fall asleep, I'm in the back of a cab, no big deal.
Right. Because falling asleep on the ride home and you're driving, a lot different.
Well, falling asleep on the train is different because I could end up in Trenton
That's true, too.
because they don't normally wake you up.
Right. They just let you sleep.
Yeah.
Now, can you take the ride back so you fall asleep to Trenton?
Well, you have to pay for another ticket.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to stay in Trenton.
And then your date just got really long
Yeah.
because now you got to find the train going back the other way. You might have to wait 40 minutes for it. And then
Just leave you on there going back and forth all
just
day.
sleep on the train. Just go back and forth.
I guess you could set an alarm.
Yeah.
In 20 minutes, I better wake up and see where we are.
Yeah.
Are you looking forward to going back to the city?
A little bit. A little bit. But I feel like the honeymoon will be over really fast.
Yeah.
Once I start getting around a lot of people, I'm going to be like, this sucks.
Right.
Yeah.
You think that's what happened to everybody with the pandemic?
Yeah. Being at home is so much better.
Is it? Well, it's isolating, though.
Yeah, but you figure we're only 25 miles out of Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes like an hour and a half each way to get in.
Right.
That's 3 hours a day. You don't get to do anything except travel
Right, unless you got a car.
with a herd of people.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm working from home, I could like cook.
Right.
I can throw laundry in. I can,
Get your shit done.
Yeah. So you're saving a lot of time
Hmm.
by working from home.
Guess you can invite some people over. Hey, you guys want to come over and just hang out? So I have people here.
Yeah. If somebody was open. up at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
Anybody wants to come, just send an email to talkingontoilets@gmail.com.
That's right.
We'll set something up. We'll hang out.
We'll put you in a cubicle.
Yeah.
You work overnights? We'll set you up with a spot.
Yeah, there you go.
I mean, you're going to have to be frisked and metal detected. But once you get through that part, probably take your shoelaces. But once you get through there, you'll be fine.
Then we'll be pals.
Could you imagine?
What?
Someone took you up on that offer.
Taking randoms off the street to hang out?
Hey, I work overnight too. I'll come hang out with you. Would you really want to meet that person? Like I said, that one time when we were talking and we were out, me and Lisa were out shopping and we sat down to eat in a cafeteria with 70 tables, random people, and a guy sat right next to us at a 4-person table. It wasn't like a bench with like 15 seats. It was 4. Two of them were taken by 2 people who knew each other.
Did you look for the hidden camera? Was he busting your chops?
He didn't say a word. He ate and left.
Should have hit him with a Swedish meatball.
Should have, but it was more shocking. Like, we didn't want to kick him out. We didn't kick him out. Like, hey, what are you doing here? But it was like, wouldn't you even go, hey, you mind if I sit with you guys? I don't really want to sit by myself. I don't eat by myself or something. That would be more rational than the guy just cowboying up with his tray of meatballs and his soda pop and staring straight ahead while 2 people are staring at you like, what are you doing here, pal? Like,
prison life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he didn't look like it. But you never know.
No,
Kind of look like Bernie Goetz.
So how come you didn't get up and walk away?
Eat my meatballs. I ain't moving. I was here first. But, and then again, like I said, he looked like Bernie Goetz. He might have been packing heat.
Could be.
I mean, the sun moves. But I mean, like, I get it if you're in an airport and those chairs are fixed a certain way and there's nowhere to go. But when you look at the room and you're like, wow, look at those 2. I wanted to sit near them.
Maybe just look very friendly and warm.
Oh, I do?
Yeah.
See last episode. You know, it's 15 years later. Now you're on it.
Maybe you should have played it for him at the table.
Yeah, right. Maybe I should hold that questionnaire. If you think I'm an asshole, fill this out, and we'll see.
I'd get you a T-shirt with a couple check boxes on it.
Yeah. And it's not malicious. It's just nature. I mean, it's not proud. It's not like, oh, I'm an asshole. There's people who are like, oh, I'm an asshole. It's great.
Yeah. Those 99% bitch people.
I'm so bitchy. I'm such an ass. Ugh. No, you're not.
Yeah.
It's like crazy people. You know, they don't know they're crazy.
Right.
They just do their thing. You know, as we become, would you say sentient before?
Sentient.
Sentient?
Yes.
That you know your faults. My fault is I have very low patience. But it's not that kind of it's not that low patience where I want to blow up and shoot somebody or yell at them. It's just a lot of times it's almost like intrusive thoughts. You have intrusive thoughts,
all the time, all day.
Right. Or like the Bill Burr thing, you go from relatively nobody to moving your hand 2 inches and now infamous.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times, without saying you should walk away, that I just look around going, how come this building hasn't collapsed on us yet? Like when you're with somebody who you can't stand.
You wanted to?
Yeah, so I'm just like, if this building would just collapse, we'd all be so much better off. I wouldn't have to hear this anymore. And maybe I wouldn't have to ever hear it again. But those are weird. You have those thoughts? Everybody has them, I think.
Yeah, of course.
To what level? Not to a harm level. I always think of it as self-effacing. Like I don't want to punch somebody, but I'm like, man, I'm just driving. I could just open this door and roll out of the car at 65 and see what happens. I won't have to be in this situation anymore.
I could tell you what happens if you do that.
Oh, it's going to hurt.
I've been there.
At 65?
70.
You fell out of a car? Was it a car wreck?
That's a story for another time.
That's a crazy escape route, though.
Yeah.
I don't know why we're not talking about it right now, but all right.
Uh,
Did you do it willingly?
uh,
We'll talk about this another time.
yeah.
But yes, I mean, those intrusive thoughts suck, but they're part of it. I mean, I think of them as doing more. I guess would be. I don't think I'd get harmed, but I think of it like myself as others, right? Like I'll just jump off this bridge and I'll be fine. I'll be out of the situation. But I'm not like I'm going to throw you off the bridge.
You just find some people painful.
I find a lot of them painful.
I agree.
But there's some though that I think people think they're painful. Like this guy is a complete nutbag here, and those guys are interesting. Crazy people are interesting. Like not psychotic, but crazy people who have that, who may most people may think, oh, this guy's strange, he's an ass, but listening to their story is like sometimes a lot more fun.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
you talk to some guy and he's like, oh yeah, just trying to make my money. Another day in paradise, where I hear some guy going, man, my favorite color is rainbow. like that. That's more interesting.
It's more interesting. I don't know how much of that I could take, though.
Not a lot of it, but I mean,
Feel like we're walking around the parking lot of a Grateful Dead show.
it's another guy, John Mayer. How does he get that gig?
I don't know.
I don't understand it. I don't understand the Dead because I'm not a Dead fan, but
Yeah.
how's he get the gig? How's that cute son of a bitch get the gig? Is it because he's a cute son of a bitch? Because the rest of the Dead aren't cute. Or is it a Friends thing?
I don't know. I guess he was just, maybe he's just a fan and reached out to them or met them somewhere and they're like, hey, why don't you come hang out?
Right. Snowballed into something.
We'll do drugs and play music.
Not a bad way.
Yeah.
I also just found out that Harrison Ford used to work with the Doors.
Did he really?
He was like either tour support or a roadie or was a theater guy. I was wondering if Chewbacca was with
He
him.
was a carpenter, wasn't
Yeah. So, but they said he was worked with the Doors. So, like for a tour maybe or an album? Think Chewbacca was with him? No, Chewbacca wasn't out yet, right?
he? No.
But just having that big guy carrying stuff around for you?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lighting a load on you, I mean.
Yeah. Cement goes over there.
Right.
Shingles go over there.
You think the Doors brought shingles with them? Well, if they're a door, right?
Well, I'm just saying.
They brought framing material and housing material. So they built the house around the Doors?
Maybe he did set design.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know the whole story, but I just heard that. I was like, huh. It's like that weird...
Do I have to look this up now?
Harrison Ford worked with the Doors. It's a
Harrison Ford worked Far Out magazine. Do you trust him?
roadie. Why not? I mean, he was always a bit of an odd dude. He was a roadie. Chewbacca, hand me that guitar. It's that connection between rock stars and movie stars.
Let's see. Oh, here he is. Is an actual video interview with him talking about being on a camera crew
Huh.
for the Doors.
Wow.
I worked on a road tour film of the Doors. We went around for about a week and a half as a concert tour.
Wow.
Okay.
I think it'd be kind of interesting seeing Harrison Ford getting all LSD'd up with Jim Morrison.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty interesting. Not a bad little thing. But see, this is that whole tie-in. We've spoke about it, and we should speak about it now. About how famous people in music, like actors in music doesn't, some of these weird connections. Like we talked about, what's his name? From Miami Vice, writing for the Allman Brothers.
Right. Don Johnson.
Yeah, Don Johnson. Working, like, is it real? Is it just because they're friends? You know what I mean? Like, I don't think of Don Johnson as a musician.
But he did play music.
Right, but it wasn't good.
Maybe it was.
Whatever I heard was never good.
Okay.
Then you have like, that Patrick Swayze type, song here, song there. Like all those guys.
I didn't know Patrick Swayze had songs.
She's Like the Wind. Big hit.
Yeah.
I think it was in a movie. I think it was in one of the movies.
He wrote it for a movie?
He wrote it or he sang it. Something.
Is it like one of those Frank Stallone songs that it would
Aren't
pop up
they
in
all?
movies?
You know what I mean? But it's like, once again, are these actors just cosplaying musicians? They're not really. I mean, they're proficient, but they're not. It's not like, wow, can't wait to hear the new Gary Sinise. I'd rather see him as Lieutenant Dan with no legs. He's much better. Or is it just an outlet? But it just so happens they have a platform that
I think they cut off his legs for that role.
I'd like to think maybe because the technology wasn't there yet.
Okay.
So you think he's got fake legs? Like Gary Sinise walks around with fake legs? Or did they put him back on?
No, I don't know. I'm just being stupid.
That's fine. This whole thing goes along with the whole thing.
I feel like I haven't slept in 3 days.
Well, look at the bright side.
Oh, we got moving images again.
You'll get to sleep eventually.
Yeah, turn this off.
But yeah, like Jared Leto, that's cosplay. His band stinks.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they can play the role of the musician pretty good because it's what they do. They play roles. So.
Are they really bad? I don't know their music.
Just boring.
Just nothing interesting.
Right. The Bacon Brothers. It's not good.
They sizzle.
What?
They sizzle. Waka waka, give me those ribs.
Right.
Yeah, all those.
Yeah, they're like, but it's
Eddie Murphy's tunes.
he's got new tunes too, all reggae. He's an odd duck, man. He's like,
Hey, he's doing stuff. What else he gonna do?
I guess it's part of that brain thing, right? Keeps your brain moving, your brain's working.
Yeah.
You're creative. You have to stay creative. But is it good? Or is it only good because of name?
Is he in a lot of movies now, or did that slow down a lot?
I don't think so. I think he's kind of slowed down.
Mm-hmm.
I think people were hoping he was going to come back and do stand-up, but I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I remember. Kind of remember them.
They were
talking
like,
about
yeah,
that.
they wanted him to do stand-up again.
Because
They
he
wanted
did
him.
some award show or something like that,
Right.
and they were like, yeah.
He probably could. It's probably a blank check, probably whatever he wants, right? Just to have him back.
Yeah, well, he doesn't need to do anything at this point.
No. But it's that muscle, right?
When he does those movies where he plays like 18 people in a movie, does he get 18 checks?
I don't know.
He just gets a bigger
He
check.
should have to give out 18 checks. Some of those movies are pretty bad. Same with the other guy. What's his name? Medea.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, oofa.
You don't like those?
No. They're terrible.
I don't think
What?
I've ever watched one.
It's like might as well make it a superhero movie. Slap a Marvel logo on there. Make it really.
Why? She fly around?
She might as well. It's just as stupid. But yeah, I mean, but there's all that. You think is that all that filler? Is what's the demise of all these things? Like why things are tougher to be made. Not as many chances taken for bands. Me and somebody were talking last night. Like that band Extreme was doing well, right, with their stuff. I guess they were popular-ish, right? So what did they go and do? They did like a 3-album opera type thing. I don't know if it was he had mentioned it. I didn't look it up, but a 3-record opera, like I guess trying to do a concept album or something.
Okay.
You think that's the problem? All these they were throwing money at these projects, these record labels and stuff, and it's like looking back, that's why some guy has to DIY everything because no one's going to take a chance. That's why Hollywood doesn't take a chance on new stuff. They rehash, they retread everything because they're afraid because they spent so much money on a Medea movie or a.
Yeah, but some of it works. So.
Some of the retreads.
Some of the, throwing shit at the wall to see what sticks.
Right,
some of that works.
But some of it, did they do it name alone and it turned out to be an utter failure? And that's
Well,
why
Extreme's opera albums, because I never heard of them until just now.
me either until yesterday.
I mean, I heard of More Than Words.
Right, and the Funk Out.
Yeah,
But-
I heard of that.
Right, and I knew the dude was in Van Halen for a week or something.
Right.
He's like one of those popes that they kind of get in the middle of other
Doesn't
popes.
Nuno play for Rihanna or something like that?
Probably. I mean, that guy's a tremendous guitar player.
Sure.
Is he underrated? No, I think he's rated right. I mean, it just so happens he's getting a paycheck.
Yeah.
That paycheck allows him to play with Extreme because he's keeping the lights on.
He still plays.
I think they do. I'm not sure. I
Okay.
don't know. But
All right.
fact being that they took those chances then and they dried the well out instead of going rationally. I know you guys are.
So you think that taking chances and losing caused the business folks to not take any chances?
Well, I think they took chances on the wrong thing. Nobody put their foot down. You know what I mean? Nobody said, maybe you shouldn't do that. I don't think it's a good idea. Let's put that on the shelf. And then we have a little money to get some new artists. So our company, not asking a major band's permission, but asking, and a board of directors saying, let's try some new stuff. I mean, the idea that this band's going to crap out 3 great records, I don't think they're going to.
Was it an actual opera?
I don't know. I never looked it up.
Or they're just doing like you said, like a concept album? They
According
were
to,
trying to do mind crime? Is that what it was?
according to him, he said it was an opera. I don't know if that means rock opera. I have no idea. Like I said, I come in here
Is
with,
there such a thing as a rock opera?
I don't know.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. What was Tommy?
A movie?
Play, right? Was it an opera? Or was it a
I don't
musical?
know. What constitutes an opera?
It's all vocals, right? All singing?
Is that what it is?
Right. I mean, a play is different than a musical, right?
No, there's got to be music behind an opera, right?
No, I'm
You're
saying,
just saying-
it's all. No. I mean, it's all musical,
So it's a musical.
but it's an opera, I guess, because of the range or the subject matter.
Yeah, see, what about Tommy was operatic?
I don't know.
Pinball Wizard doesn't sound like an opera to me.
No. And none of it sounds like anything to me. Not a fan. But like same with musical. What I don't think I can't do I can't sit through a fucking musical. Maybe a play if there's some shit to look at. Some excitement.
Musicals are terrible.
Dude.
Yeah, I can't.
Dude.
Can't do that. A play I can do, but a musical I can't do.
My mom, God rest her soul, would give us tickets every year, and every year I'd fall asleep
To what?
to any musical we went to. I forget which one we were at. Wicked? I fell asleep twice in the same song. It was so fucking long. I dozed off at the beginning of it. I woke up. I'm like, they're still going?
I'm at
I'm back out. So those were like the most expensive naps I ever took.
it.
You figure you tack on the $35 cocktail.
She didn't know that you hated it?
She did.
She just wanted you there.
Well, we went as a family,
Right.
family time.
Right.
Maybe we should do something else as a family.
Yeah.
Something a little more exciting. I don't know. Maybe we should all go to a gun range. I don't care. Anything. But no.
I was going to suggest axe throwing, but
Yeah. I can't believe that's still going strong.
yeah. I think, you know that the car racing place that they're building over there by
Mhm.
Top Golf?
Yeah.
I think they have an axe throwing thing inside there, too.
You get to throw them at the drivers.
If you could throw them at the drivers as they went past, that
So like a little action park type thing.
now you're making it interesting.
Yeah.
Although maybe axes are a little. Maybe you could just do throwing stars.
What if but what if they're just blunt edge and they're wearing helmets, right? Well, I guess the back's
Yeah,
exposed.
you
you could
could
kill
clunk somebody with that thing.
right in the eye with the Chinese star, though. I mean,
Yeah, you're right.
but it would still be much more fun than just throwing axes at a piece of wood.
I guess. I guess.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna end up taking the kids. I'll let you know if it's
Yeah.
any fun.
yeah, just keep your guard up.
There's a place over here that's all they do.
Throw axes.
Axe throwing all day. It's like not $90 an hour or something like that.
What?
Not per person. but for the
For an
group,
hour?
Yeah.
How many axes can you throw in an hour?
I don't know.
So you got 5 people throwing axes. You get 3 axes each?
It'd be just like darts, right?
Yeah, but darts
They
are
do
free.
a round. They do a round. I'm just saying, as far as how long it takes.
But I'd rather spend $90 in a bar getting blacked out drunk and throwing darts than showing up perfectly sober and handing somebody my credit card to throw hatchets at a piece of wood.
Hey, man, they got to think of something to make monies, something to keep the kiddies entertained.
So, but is that just like makes people feel rugged for a minute? Outdoorsy for a minute? I'm holding an axe.
No, I think when you get into anything like that, yeah, you gotta. If you don't wear flannel, you have to get out and go
Yeah.
change. They provide one like a dinner jacket.
I can bet you there's probably a lot of people who play dress up to go throw axes.
You think so?
I
What is
do.
it? What is an axe thrower dress like?
Like you said, I think there's a flannel, probably some new work boots,
Okay.
maybe
All right.
maybe cowboy boots, but I don't know.
What about dressing like a magician?
Maybe
You know, when he spins the woman on the wheel, throws the axes,
those are knives, right?
the knives. Yeah,
I was
like a
thinking
knife
maybe
thrower.
moccasins.
What's a knife thrower's outfit like? Does he do tucks? It gets fancy, right?
Right, yeah, because you got to look at the
Like a
sparkles.
magician almost.
Kind of. But I was thinking moccasins.
Moccasins. Okay.
Wasn't that the side throwing axes
Okay.
before guns came along?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying, I watched a lot of TV too as a kid.
Sure.
I watched Death Troop. I know what goes on.
F Troop.
I know what happens. Or the other one with Last of the Mohicans. That guy had an axe.
That was a movie, no?
Yeah. In a story, right?
It had a story.
I think there was a story before it was a movie.
Hey, you know, it's a movie. It has a story.
But the point being is like, yeah, people are trying to make money. Like, I can't believe that's still here. That one's a weird one. Same with escape rooms. Why are they still here?
That stuff I don't get.
Yeah.
The escape room thing.
Yeah, I don't get that either.
I don't want to be trapped anywhere.
No.
You're fucking clues.
6 people you don't like. Or you're pretending to like.
Yeah.
What's the company retreat? Building teams.
Mm-hmm.
Go get them, guys.
Let's figure it out.
We're going to be the best team.
Yeah, we are.
I guess you can't do that if you're all home.
No.
All right, walk us through with the Zoom camera.
Virtual escape room.
Yeah, I'm sure there are.
That's Dungeons and Dragons, basically.
Or fantasy football. Isn't that the same thing as Dungeons and Dragons?
No.
Sure it is. Look stats up. It's Dungeons and Dragons for jocks. That's all that is. There's numbers and everything but the dice, right? You pick your little team.
Okay.
Guys who have who could
Got
care.
stats.
Yeah.
They level up.
See?
Yeah, all right.
Guys
I
who
get you now.
and a group of guys who can care. At least Dungeons and Dragons, there's nobody. It's all made up.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you're getting upset at guys who are real, trying to do their job
Right.
for your fantasy team. It's Dungeons and Dragons. That's all it is. Nonsense.
But you could be a cleric.
Instead of a head coach.
There you go.
I just don't understand why he's doing this to me. Yeah, he's doing it to you, pal. Yeah, he's stinking today because of you. Ugh. But I mean, I guess that's people trying to use their brains again because they're not doing anything else with them. But at least they're getting out of the house, right? For axe throwing.
Yeah. Yeah, you get out there.
Right. I mean,
You get a one-arm workout.
yeah. I wonder how many people get hit with the axe.
I think 0.
You don't think anybody ever gets hit with the axe? Not intentionally. I mean, imagine axe throwing is
Well,
wrong.
you know, if you're drinking, there's got to be some asshole that walks in front of something.
Right.
Or somebody that doesn't pay attention, somebody walking in front of it.
Or that case where the big guy with his brand new flannel on tries to throw the axe as hard as he can and hits the back of the axe and it ricochets back at you.
Well, that's a nice one. A little ricochet is good.
Could you imagine if that was in business when we were all?
No.
It wouldn't be in business for long
No.
because either A, those axes would have all left that building and they'd be thrown in the street.
Somebody would have lost some kind of digit or something.
Yeah. There would have been a, hey, go get that axe for me. I won't throw the other one. Go grab that axe.
Yeah.
You know that.
They used to call it one to let them know. Like when they used to play baseball, if somebody was crowding a plate, they would bean the guy. That's one to let them know. That's my plate.
Oh. Oh, that dude. Oh, I remember him. I remember your buddy throwing baseballs in Seaside.
Yeah.
He had a fastball.
Yeah.
He also
Yeah. Line you up against the wall and throw tennis balls at your face too.
he also used to hand out Cheez-Its. The box of Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
I'm not eating those Cheez-Its. Have
No,
a Cheez-It.
don't.
No.
No.
See, that's why we couldn't do that as kids. So I guess the time is right. They said people are passive enough now that we can open up an axe throwing place and no one's gonna do the things that we would have did as kids.
I don't know. There's got to be a lot of faith in that business, right?
Right. That someone's not gonna
Yeah.
just throw, or even just accidentally throw it across lanes.
I don't know how it's set up.
No, I don't know either.
You think somebody does a little sidearm?
Yeah. Well,
See if it's a boomerang?
right.
If it
Or
comes
like,
back?
or bowling. You know, like how you bowl lanes and then maybe just
Every
kinda
once in a while, it just kind of
drifts over to.
alley oops.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's me bowling. I'm terrible.
I hit the sign once.
Really?
I threw a. I wasn't.
Did you throw a bouncer?
I
What sign?
the
A bouncing.
the
ball,
like
I mean.
the backboard thing. You know, like the
Yeah.
pins are under it.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of did one of those hooky things. I was learning how to throw a hook shot, and it hooked and across the lane, hit the thing between the two lanes, and launched it,
Right.
and it went into the wall, into the sign.
Wow.
Yeah, it was pretty weird.
They shut you down after that?
No, they just made sure I was all right.
Yeah.
You know, you're not on drugs or anything, kid. No, I was trying to throw a curve. I see all these other guys are all throwing curveballs. Well, maybe you don't know how to do that yet.
You lefty?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Southpaw.
Got a nasty curve.
Yep.
When I try to bowl.
Everything goes to the right.
Yeah, you got to bowl from the outside edge.
Mm-hmm. Another fucking stupid sport, but
Hate it.
it's not fun. People say bowling's fun. I'm like, I don't think any sport's fun if you're trying to win.
It's only fun if you win.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Every sport. Like, even if you're not athletic or whatever, no sport is fun. Oh, come on, let's go play skee ball. It's fun. No, it isn't. I'm going to try to beat you.
It's not really much of a sport.
You can make it a sport if there's two of you playing.
Sure.
I wonder if anybody ever threw one of them across the place.
Oof.
That's a lot of faith, too. Those
Yeah,
are
it's
heavy.
a shot put.
Yeah.
Basically.
They're heavy. And they're hands. So you could really get one out there. Everything that could be a competition is not fun. Because you want to win.
Mm.
You don't go, he's great, yeah. No, you want to win. You want to bowl. If you're bowling with three people, you want to be the best one. You don't.
Yeah.
You don't walk away going, "Oh, I didn't win." Huh? No,
Yeah.
pissed off.
Came in last.
Yeah, screw you. It's the way it is. It's not fun.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it can be if you're winning. It's great.
You just hit like one pin and that's your frame. It's
Right.
terrible.
Especially as an adult.
Oh, yeah.
When you're 6, it's adorable.
Yeah.
When you're 45 and you're like, "Hey, get away."
Ugh. Oh, I hate it. Just take my kids. They play about 3 frames and then all they want to do is play video games.
Do they play with the bumpers? You make them use the bumpers?
Probably. I don't remember.
Now you can't get them back. Go revisit bowling with them. Maybe they'll want to bowl.
No. Because then I have to go.
And then you have to score. And you got to beat these 2 kids.
Yeah. Well, they'll quit after 3 frames and then I'll be paying for video games and hot dogs and I'll be bowling 7 frames by myself.
Or 21 if there's 3 of you.
Yeah.
So you'll get really good at bowling.
Yeah, for a day. And then I won't show up for another 9 months.
You don't want to join a team?
And I'll stink again.
Get that cool shirt?
Yeah, the shirt, you know.
Little Tim right here.
Al. How much you say Al?
Get up there, eat some cheese fries. I mean, it's not even I mean, that's the other thing. Is that really a sport when you can eat a hot dog while playing? Are you really a world class?
People in the NFL try that.
Are you really a world class athlete if you're
Yeah.
throwing down a handful of nachos before you go bowl?
Well, it's a sport. It's just not athletic, right?
Right.
Does-
Well, is it a sport or is it skill?
Yeah, I guess because if you don't have an athletic part to it, then it's really not a sport, right?
Right. That's the argument about golf. Is golf a sport or is it just a skill?
Right.
I mean, you need enough muscle to hit the ball far enough, but really it's just a matter of being able to know how to use a club to hit the ball the right way.
Right.
Which is a skill.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody coming at you. Nobody's changing that on you.
Right.
You know what I mean? No one's going to blindside tackle you.
Right. You don't have to do laps to get ready for it.
Right. You just got to practice swinging a stick at a ball and making sure you're hitting the same spot every time.
Yeah.
All right, well,
Are you good
yeah.
at golf?
No.
No. Me.
But I get 10,000 steps in. That's my good.
That's your thing?
Yeah.
But once a week.
Yeah. I got to do it more.
Yeah, you're supposed to be doing that every day.
I know. You know what?
You get there?
Yeah.
Maybe.
I used to be better because I used to play all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like 3 times a week.
Okay.
Not anymore. But I don't care. That's weird. Like, I'm in that frame where I don't care, even though I'm playing against somebody. I care enough to beat the guy I'm playing with, but I don't care enough to get better at it.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm here. This is where I'm at. I'm not going to get any better.
Yeah.
I'm going to get lucky some days, and some days I'm not, but I'm not going to get better.
You should go out with 2 other people?
3.
3
Yeah.
other? Okay.
And everyone's around the same. You know what I mean?
You guys hit a bar afterwards?
That's it.
What happened?
Battery empty.
Motherfuck.
So we're going to wrap this up with no video.
All right.
But, yes.
Yeah.
Sports are not fun unless you're winning.
Too true.
And next time, we're going to finish with video.
Maybe a little bit.
All right.
All right.
See you when we see you.
Until next time, folks, subscribe, share.
Like.
See you later. T-O-T!